Hello everyone, this is Minnie to the Poet, your dominant rough in the city, still looking pretty. Coming to you guys today with yet another coronavirus quarantine video. Today's video is centered around the subject of George Floyd in the light of recent events where something positive has been turned into a negative. There are positive protests, let's not forget to separate the two. The protests that are being done are positive, and Jersey did an excellent job, as I said in my last video. New York did a good job during the day. It turned ugly at night, just as it did in many other cities, Atlanta, Minneapolis, and other places that are dealing with the issue. But they managed to turn it around in some cities, and I'm sure it'll get turned around here. So let's stay focused on the positive. It's not about race, as I said in my previous video. It's about human rights, and I wish people would stop misconstruing African American people speaking up for themselves as race. We deserve human rights. We deserve to be treated like everyone else in the justice system, and that's what it's about. Being brought to justice for things that you do that's wrong. If we can be brought to justice, then police officers, whoever do the crimes, should be held to the same standards. Okay, but this poem that I'm reading is not specifically speaking about negativity. It was misconstrued, as I said in my last video. It's not about just being African American. It's about my ancestors, the people before me who fought for rights for so long, so far back. Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, on to Malcolm X, on to Martin Luther King, on to Mandela, on to people of my generation like Tupac, Common, Mos Def. However we get it in different forms of art, but it's conscious speaking, thought. So without further ado, clearly letting you guys know, this is called We Will Be Heard. There's an outcry for justice like we've never seen before at this crucial time. This country is in an uproar. The battle was waged long before most of our births. That doesn't mean we should give up, for generations before us have been passing the torch. Malcolm, Martin, Rosa, Angela, Jesse, Al, Mandela, the Panthers, Pac, Common, Mos Def, voices of their generations, revolutionaries in the struggle. Their words live on. So let's remember, even our ancestors before, Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass. So we are not weak. We stand and we speak, and our voices will be heard. Now, Our Voices Will Be Heard was written, and when I wrote it, I thought about all the people over periods of time who had to fight for the rights of Black people. Now, I'm not gonna ride the slavery train, but we've all been in different stages. We had segregation in the 60s. We did have slavery 400 years ago. And even the politicians that you look at in a positive light that are speaking about it will admit to the fact that this was something that was heightened for so long. Now, taking the race stigma off of it, everyone has to be honest. Different people have been persecuted in different ways. So therefore, those voices speak to their people and are heard in a different way. All I am is a voice of my generation, and all I want to do is be heard in the sense of speaking for my people. I can't speak for other people, and I'm not speaking against other people. I'm not saying that there's bad in every other race. Every other race is bad. So please stop misconstruing my words, because I've seen on my social media where people have underhandedly wrote their comments about keeping it positive, one people, one world. Okay, yes, we are one people. Yes, we are one world. But you have to be honest that it is my people that are being persecuted right now. Black American men who have families who have done nothing, and women are being shot down in the street like dogs. And we have a right to speak up for that. So today on social media, they're doing a Blackout Tuesday. I'm saying it like Pac said it. Change has been needed for a long time. It's been a long time coming. And it's sad that these events have to happen at such a crucial time with coronavirus going on. But honestly, the actions of the positive protesters are being taken so that change does come. Are we getting some results? Yes, but we want all the results. We don't want half-ass. We've taken half-ass in the past, and no one was happy with it. Do what you need to do to rectify the situation. It's in the hands of the government. Jay-Z has stepped up and said to the governor of Minneapolis, we need actions done, actions taken when it comes to these officers and what they didn't do. Charges have to be filed. People have to go to jail. People need to see that this man did not die in vain. So let's not let the negativity be the only thing in the media. I'm speaking so that I send something positive into the media. That is the fact that everybody, all races that are good, that honestly have seen my people be persecuted, want to see better for this world so that we can unite and be in unison. But this is Manisa the poet, your diamond in the rough, and it's my opinion, and I have a right to speak it. But not only is it an opinion, it is a fact that has gone on for far too long. Please make the necessary changes, and shout out to all the essential workers. There's good and bad in every job, like I said before, and I do not take off the fact that there are good police officers. There's good people who have children and jobs and lives that are out there not doing wrong. But you have to realize one bad apple spoils a bunch, and that's what we're dealing with. The bad apples are making the rest of you guys look bad. But nonetheless, a person like me who's not afraid to speak up will say, okay, if you're doing your job and you're doing right by the people, I commend you. And I've seen it in my city just last night. The police chief or commissioner for New York basically sat down with the people in protest, and they're also with people that marched in Jersey with the mayor. So it can be done, and it can be done right. So do what you guys need to do to fix it. I give it to God first and foremost. Thank you. And this has been Manisa the poet.